How are we different from amoebas? The simplest explanation for what makes humans different from amoebas is our cells. Human bodies contain 210 different types of cells. Amoebas have only one cell. Our bodies use different cells to form blood, bones, organs, muscles, and so on. The cells that make up a heart are different from cells in the brain or lungs. For amoebas, there is only one cell to carry out all the functions of blood, bones, organs, and muscles. Yet, amoebas, despite their size, carry out all the same life processes that your body does. They take in oxygen, use nutrients for cell functions, and eliminate waste. They move by changing their shape. Amoebas may not grow much in size, but they mature and eventually reproduce. They are sensitive to light, heat, and cold. The life processes that define a human body are present in even the smallest of animals. Humans have 210 different types of cells, which form all the organs and other parts of the body. What cells make up blood? Blood travels through the entire body. A closer look shows that blood contains red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells are transportation units. They carry oxygen to tissues, bones, and organs, and they take carbon dioxide away. Red blood cells need iron and copper to be healthy. White blood cells are warriors that fight infection or illness and disease. Platelets are not cells, but are cell fragments that are like cellular glue. They bind wounds together to protect you when you are cut. When skin is cut and blood begins to seep out of the body, platelets rush to the site. Phosphorus and vitamin K help platelets make blood clots. Here it says, red blood cells carry oxygen and food throughout the body. White cells help prevent disease. How do skin, nail, and hair cells work? Human bodies constantly produce new skin, hair, and nail cells. Skin cells form the body's largest organ. Skin cells form three main layers of skin: the epidermis, the top layer, the dermis, the middle layer, and the hypodermis, the lowest layer, which is made of fat and connective tissue. In the dermis layer, new skin cells are born. These new cells push the older cells above them into the epidermis. As skin cells are pushed farther up and away from blood vessels, they die out and fall off. Skin cells help regulate body temperatures. They store water and make vitamin D and protect us from heat, injury, and infection. Hair, fingernail, and toenail cells also work to keep our body temperature even and protect us from injuries. Skin and hair cells also carry pigment or color. Your skin and hair color come from this pigment in your cells, as all animals have pigment in their skin, fur, feathers, or scales. Pigment lets chameleon skin color change and makes a grasshopper blend in with the grass. Skin cells can do some amazing things. This chameleon has cells that allow it to change color. Why do some animals glow in the dark? Some animals, such as moon jellies and krill, can glow in the dark. This process is called bioluminescence. This process occurs when certain chemicals bind together with oxygen. When threatened, krill huddle together and glow, swirling around and confusing their enemies. Moon jellyfish glow to attract and signal mates. And then here you can see this picture. It says, these moon jellyfish glow because of a chemical called luciferin in their cells. Luciferin. What are neurons? Animals can feel, taste, smell, touch, hear, and see because of nerve cells. Nerve cells, called neurons, send messages to the brain. For example, when you touch something hot, your nerve cells sense the heat. They send an instant warning to the brain, and the brain sends a message back to pull away from the heat. Neurons deal with senses and relay messages from the brain to your heart to beat, your muscles to flex, and your eyes to blink. Humans have large brains. Their brains contain about 100 billion neurons. Neurons carry messages throughout the body. They tell the brain to move your finger when you touch something hot. Are all bone cells the same? Animals with bones have 3 types of bone cells. Osteoblast cells form new bone. They do this by secreting bone material around themselves until they are trapped. The trapped cells are still alive but are now called osteocytes. Osteoclast cells dissolve old or damaged bone to make room for new bone construction. Bones may look solid, but they are actually more like fabric because they have gaps between the cells. This is what bone looks like through a microscope. What chemicals are in our bodies? Humans and other animals need chemicals in our bodies to digest food, use nutrients, and do many other jobs. These chemicals may be hormones, enzymes, or acids, which are produced by gland cells. These glands release chemicals into the body. They determine how we grow, mature physically, and what kind of mood we are in. What cells protect us inside the body? Skin on the outside of our bodies protects us from harm. Inside the body, we have cells that line many of our organs. They do the same job as skin. These cells line the mouth, throat, stomach, lungs, intestines, and colon. They act like walls. They control how water and other substances move in and out of the body. They prevent the bacteria living in our intestines from attacking the rest of our body. It says, most organs that deal with digesting foods have barrier cells. See here, mouth, throat, then you have your esophagus, then your liver, then your stomach, gallbladder, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine or your colon, your appendix, and rectum.